Night Rants on the Better Sports Network. What is going on, everybody? Somebody has a case of the Monday. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And, well, Bob's your own. Rants on the Street with Thomas Stevens. Shout out to my producer, Tyler Soto. Boom. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Monday Night Rants on the Better Sports Network, at Better Network, at all your favorite social media platforms. I, of course, am Edward Rouse, is at Edward Rouse, and all your favorite social media platforms as well. What a show we have for you tonight. Yes, everyone's favorite event of all events in the history of all-star competitions, the Home Run Derby. That is right. And of course, my guest tonight, Matt Selz from Fantasy Alarm. And as always, Heavy T will join us as well. We have a little wager going on here, a little competition, if you will. We did a Home Run Derby draft before the show, and here's how it looks right now. Matt Selz had the first pick. He picked Alonso. Heavy T at the second. He had Gunner. I had the third pick and a snake, so I took Marcell Ozuna and Adolis. And so far, Adolis Garcia has definitely let me down. He is in fourth place, and Alonso is up the deck right now. Bomb at 21. No one picked him. Surprising. Witt with 20. Garcia with 18. Boo. And Teoscar with just one better with 19. So, hey, it's going to be a fun night. It's a fun event. It's my favorite event of all. Like the 3-point contests for basketball is whatever. Slam Dunk's cool, but it's kind of gotten weak over the last couple of years. The Home Run Derby, even though they keep on changing the format, it seems all the time, it still seems like a fun event. And I do miss the Chris Berman, the gone. However, they do have Ken Griffey Jr. tonight on the telecast, so that's kind of fun. We'll see how many Pete Alonso hits right now, and see if Matt Selz can add some more to his total, paired up with Bobby Witt in his Home Run Derby draft that we did. But we do have a spectacular, wonderful show for you tonight as we're watching the Home Run Derby live. Like I said, Matt Selz is going to be joining me. We're going to be talking about the MLB Draft, and he is the prospect master, the prospector of prospects in Major League Baseball for your fantasy teams, for your dynasty fantasy teams. He has, and I'm not saying this because he's a friend, I really do believe he has the best prospect ranking list in all of fantasy baseball. It's not even close. He's helped me win dynasty championships with this list, and he'll be joining us tonight. We're going to talk about the MLB Draft, which players we think will be coming up first. We're going to talk about which prospects can be called up and help your fantasy teams the rest of the season in baseball. So we're going to have a lot of fun with him. Talk a little NASCAR as well, because he's also the NASCAR man over Fantasy Alarm. We're going to have fun with him. And Heavy T will join us from the FanDuel Studios. And today was the early release day of College Football 25.
Hell yeah.
That's right. I'm excited. As soon as the show is over, you know what I'll be doing. We're going to be talking to him about that as well. So welcome to the show. We're going to Monday Night Rants. Without further ado, let's jump right into the rant lines. We got Eddie Zapata here. It's talking Spanish. Yo quiero ver el link para ver. I don't know what that means. I'm probably saying something in bad word. I don't know. But welcome to the show, Eddie. I appreciate it. I like the name, by the way. It's good. It's good. We're already talking about the home run derby. We're hitting dingers tonight here on Monday Night Rants. Hope you're watching along with us as well, too. Alonso at 5 right now. They did a new thing this year, and they always keep on changing the format where you only get a certain amount of pitches in a certain amount of time. So you get 40 pitches, and you get your break, and that's it. Adolis Garcia left pitches on the table. What is he doing? I'm not sure what he's doing or why he left pitches on the table. But Alonso, the betting favorite, he's already won this event multiple times, trying to win again tonight. So we'll see how it all plays out. Like I said, the home run derby is here. The home run derby is one of my favorite events, as I said, and Alonso is the betting favorite. Jose Ramirez kind of sneaky, I think, in this one. No one really has any eyes on him. But what I really want to talk about is this event. Because so many years people say, oh, I did the home run derby, and then after I did the home run derby, the rest of my season was terrible. Wasn't good. Like, I couldn't hit home runs anymore because of this event. And that's been a kind of an ongoing thing here for years. Why we don't see stars really in this event. Now, Pete Alonso's a star. Obviously, Jose Ramirez is having a career year. Well, for him, every year is almost a career year, but he's been great, right? He's in it. Adolis Garcia helped Texas win the World Series last year with his power hitting. Bobby Witt Jr., Gunnar Henderson, two of the bright, young, up-and-coming, hard-hitting stars we have in Major League Baseball. So I'll take Baum. Baum's having a fantastic year too. So I look at this field in this home run derby, and it's exciting. It's really, really exciting to see these young players in here with Alonso, and it's good to see for the home run derby in general. And like we talked about last week, the All-Star game in general, having so many. And by the way, with all the dropouts and newcomers, we do have a new record for most amount of first-timers on an All-Star team in the history of Major League Baseball. So shout out, air horn, to all the first-timers and this home run derby right now, because I'm kind of liking this format. I'm kind of liking how it's 4, and then it goes to 8, and then to 4, then to 2. They're going to get worn out by the end. We know. They always do. But I'm digging it so far. So, like I said, we'll keep you updated through the night. We'll talk about I'm more Canadian now. We'll talk about some updated awards that we have this year. Obviously, we did this show at the beginning of the season. We all had our predictions of Cy Youngs and Rookie of the Years and MVPs. That's all out the window this baseball season, because this baseball season has been absolutely insane. Like I said, it's a young man's game now. It's newbies. It's been exciting. Not a lot of people are watching. We've talked about it, because all the big name stars they try to hype always end up getting hurt. But my Cy Young for National League got injured his first appearance this year, and my American League Cy Young pick as well, Shane Bieber. So I have to completely flip it around. So I'm looking at the odds right now for the National League Cy Young Award winner, and this is crazy. Who had at this point in the season, at this point in his career, Chris Sale as the favorite at the All-Star break to win the Cy Young in the NL for the Braves? Absolutely insane what he's doing out there. Now, I do think Zach Wheeler may have the upper hand. He's had an absolutely fantastic year. He's been top 5 in this category, in this vote the last couple of years. I do like Wheeler to win this, and he's kind of my pick now. Paul Skeens is up there. Are they going to shut him down? How many innings does he have left in him? It's exciting that he's coming up and done what he's done so soon, and he's a starter for the NL. So kudos to him, but I'm not putting any money on him. I would put money if I had to, because I don't believe in Chris Sale keeping this up the entire year. I would put my money on Zach Wheeler at plus 165. Look at the American side of things. Tariq Skubal has absolutely been dominating for Detroit. It's crazy. This guy was he was a great prospect. He had a lot of hype, and then he kind of fell off a little bit in the minors, then got called up. It wasn't very good when he got called up, but here we are. And Detroit, not a good team, and he's having a hell of a year. He's the favorite at the All-Star break at minus 130, which tells you what a good year he is having. Corbin Burns, the AL starter for now Baltimore, is right behind him at plus 300. And don't sleep on Logan Gilbert and what he's been able to do for the Seattle Mariners this year. At plus 1,000, I may sprinkle a little bit on that as well. I do like what he's been doing, and has the pedigree and everything to keep it going all year. Obviously, so does Corbin Burns, but Burns has a little bit of struggles towards the end of the season in his career. So I like Logan. I would put a little buddy on Logan Gilbert here for the Cy Young. When we go to the American League MVP, it's Aaron Judge's to lose. Let's be real. It's Aaron Judge's to lose. He's a minus 360. I'm not even touching that. Gunnar Henderson, Juan Soto, maybe Bobby Witt, but it's really Aaron Judge's to lose. And the National League MVP, it's Shohei Ohtani's to lose. Minus 380. Bryce Harper's having probably his best season he's ever had of his career. It's crazy. His best season. And this dude's been nominated, been up there in the top of the votes for MVP before. But Ohtani is just too good right now with the bat. It's unbelievable what he's doing. We do have Rookie of the Year too, but we're going to talk to the Rookie of the Year stuff when Matt Selz from Fantasy Alarm comes on, because he's the prospect master. He's the rookie master when it comes to baseball and helping your dynasty baseball leagues. So when he comes on, we will talk to Rookie of the Year and see where he stands this year. Last year, Corbin Carroll having a bad year this year. Julio Rodriguez having a bad year this year as well. It's crazy. That second year jitters is a thing, man, in Major League Baseball. Summer League is upon us. Yes, so exciting. Woo! Summer League. Like I said last week, this is the dog days, the absolute dog days of sports summer. We have the All-Star game, so a week off of baseball. We have the Olympics coming. That's kind of cool. The Copa America just wrapped up. More on that later. And the Euros just wrapped up. We have the Summer League on ESPN, and I have been watching a little bit, and it's been fun, I guess. It's cool they do it to get the rookies in, the young guns in, the second-year players who need to get some more reps in to try to make the team. It's not good basketball. It's fun to see some of this. By the way, this is the worst draft year we've had in the NBA ever. And I mean ever. So there's that. But Reed Sheppard, pick number 3 overall, has been putting on a show here. And I was down on him. And Houston Rockets, man, from last year's draft to this year's draft, has put together quite a young team with a few veterans in there. Van Fleet, that could make a weird run. I'm not saying play-in. The play-in will be their ceiling. But I like what they've been doing. A couple years ago, they were literally the laughingstock of the NBA. Now that has traveled east, but more on that later. But Reed Sheppard looks like he's a dog. Again, it's not great basketball. It's glorified college basketball right now. And the news of all the draft and all this is clearly Bronny James, who hasn't done much. And for a guy who was drafted late in the second round, could end up in the G League. So, which is crazy. But here we are. I'm going to hype it a little bit before Heavy T comes on. But today was the day, baby. The pre-orders, if you downloaded digitally, you could get College Football 25. And I imagine some of you right now watching the replay of this show, because you couldn't come on live right now, are playing College Football 25. Because apparently everybody and their mom is playing College Football 25 right now and not watching Monday Night Rants and not watching the Home Run Derby with me. But it's fine, because we've been waiting 10 years for this game. The excitement, everything we see. You actually get the real names of the college players for once and not have to fake it or go on MySpace and find the guy who actually did the downloaded or have all the names, and you could download his thing and upload it. And remember that? Remember we used to do that? So you get all the names of all the players. Shout out to that guy, by the way, and MySpace for when I had to do that. My question to you is, what team are you going to play first? What team are you going to take to the college football championship? I have my choices. I can do Oregon, Fresno State, interesting. Or are you going to go like Utah State or some random build yourself up? I can't wait. I'm so excited for this. My wife and my daughter are just going to have to just not talk to me for a week because it's going to be absolutely crazy. Kill Tony, but close. I like that. That's funny. That is actually funny. All right, here we are. We're going to talk a little soccer here before we bring on Heavy T and talk about more college football 25 and a few other MLB things with him. He'll be live from the FanDuel Studios, Los Angeles, California, when he comes on. It's going to be a lot of fun. Spain reigns again. The Euros. Every 4 years, they do the Euros, which is 2 years in between the World Cup, decides who is the European champion. But if you live under a bridge, now you know. England has been the runners-up now 2 straight Euros. England used to be, I mean, they call it home. Bring it home, as in bring it back to England where football started. Watching this team play, and the squeaky win over Netherlands, which I think Netherlands were the better team that day. I don't know, man. They remind me a lot of the USA soccer team right now. They don't seem to play in rhythm with each other. A bunch of hot-headed young superstars who think they're better than everyone else. It just doesn't seem good. They were not at all a better team yesterday at all. I know they tied it up, but Spain was able to get it. But I'd be a little worried about English soccer going forward. Now, I'll talk to more about Matt Selz about this later for Fans Learn because he's got into soccer recently, but it just seemed. But then later yesterday, we had pure, and I mean utter, chaos. Absolute chaos. And I'm going to show you a lot of videos from this because this was crazy. Argentina did win in extra time 1-0 over Colombia. But let me tell you, these people were absolutely insane. I got to figure out how to do this new thing here. It's crazy. There we go. All right. Insane. So, tickets were sold to this. It was sold out. It was in Miami at the Hard Rock Stadium where the Dolphins play. These people, fans of all places, were crashing the gate and just coming straight into the stadium with no tickets. Just whatever. Let's go. Let's go. It got so full that people who had flown all the way from Colombia, all the way from everywhere, spending $5,000 on tickets, couldn't even get into this game because it was so, look at this chaos. It's pure, absolute chaos. And people who didn't have tickets rushing. This is my favorite.
What is going on here?
They're going diehard status into the vents.
Ventilation system?
Straight up.
What is going on here?
Diehard status into
heck?
the air vents to get into this game, costing people tickets. And this is in America. Now, what's crazy about this? It's simple. It's the fact that in 2 years from now, the World Cup, this is just the Copa America, people. The World Cup will be in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. They're going to have to do something about this because if you think those Copa America fans are crazy, wait till the World Cup comes to the United States in 2 years. That is chaos. People spending thousands of dollars on plane tickets and tickets to the game to see their country have a chance to win the Copa America. We're not able to get in because of all the people crashing the party. It's crazy. It's crazy. I just got a text from Heavy T. Said, give me 5 minutes. Dude, I just went right on time, man. Right on time, Heavy T, for you. Obviously, he's at the FanDuel studio, so he's trying to find a location to join us. So that will be fun. But the United States has to, and I mean has to, get their security detail in order. Imagine what Mexico is going to be like on the games there. Canada, everyone will be polite. But man, it was not a good look for us hosting as a huge event like that. That isn't even as big as the World Cup, which one could argue is the biggest event, maybe the Olympics. More on that next week. The biggest event in sports ever, every 4 years. Just going through the vents. That is great. That is crazy. You can suffocate and die in there. It's hot. It's hot in America right now. It's summertime, people. It's summertime. I do want to remind you right now that you can go to MondayNightRants.com. You get a lot of my picks there, latest news, heavy tease and up franchise series if you want to see why the Raiders are absolutely terrible, and a complete blog about why, all the facts, straight facts, people, of why they are bad. You can just go to MondayNightRants.com, and also our new wrestling podcast, Born to Heal, which is making waves right now, by the way, baby. Everyone loves it. You can catch it on Spotify and on our YouTube page, and of course on MondayNightRants.com, where we talk wrestling, is on there as well. And I'm going to, this week, put up a form where you, the viewer, can sign up for this year's Guillotine League, Fantasy Guillotine League for fantasy football. We did it last year. It was a huge success. I'm taking 18 lucky souls. 18 lucky souls to play with us, and how the guillotine works is this. We will do a live draft here on the show on a Monday on MondayNightRants.com, on YouTube, on Twitter, on at Better Sports Network. You will sign up. I will get you in. The winner wins money and bragging rights. And after each week, whoever has the lowest amount of points is cut. You are fired. You are let go from the Guillotine League. And your team, whoever you drafted, or whoever you have, goes right back into the free agency pool for everyone else to steal. There's fab. So the strategy here. Let's say the person that goes out first has Christian McCaffrey. Week 1. He has the least amount of points. Christian McCaffrey goes in free agency. You have 1,000 fab. Do you spend all that 1,000 fab now for Christian McCaffrey? But what? Who knows? Or do you wait? Do you balance it out? Do you let someone else do it and balance out on some other players that can get you through the weeks until it gets serious towards the end? It's a lot of fun. So the Monday Night Rants Guillotine League will be available for you to sign up for. I do have 6 people in already. So we'll be taking, I can't do math right now, 12 people, fans of the show, to join us in the merry way. And when we do the live draft, by the way, you are more than welcome to come on the show and talk and have fun with us as well. Doing a live look at the home run derby now. Pete Alonso, the favorite, the absolute favorite to win this home run derby, the multiple-time winner, only hit 12 home runs. 12. Jose Ramirez hit 21 home runs right after him, and Ozuna is up right now, and then Henderson will go last. Right now, it's looking like, well, it's already official. Pete Alonso has been eliminated from the home run derby because there's 4 people above him. The 2-time champion, Pete Alonso, in epic Mets fashion, was just eliminated from the home run derby with 12 home runs. Wow. And I'm talking the odds-on absolute favorite. That is shocking, to say the least. It is shocking that Pete Alonso has already been eliminated from the home run derby. Shocking. 12. Heavy T could probably go out there and hit 12 home runs in a little league stadium in his local area. I do have a question for him, though. I do have a question. And we're going to talk about college football 25. It's going to be a lot of fun. Heavy T is joining me next. But first, Utah. College realignment. One of the best skit comedy shows of all time. So first, this.
Woodbury.
Nice to meet you.
Jay Martell.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Tasha Robbins.
Come on. Feel that?
Emily George.
Feel that? All right. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Daryl Stokes.
Come on. What's up, fam? How you doing? All right. Never forget about that, because that's all we got. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. All right. Oh, bring it in.
I love to see it. That's funny.
Yeah, I saw that. I think like a couple hours after they posted it. I'm like, this is hilarious, dude.
I like
Great video.
The BYU, like, ooh.
The BYU one is especially funny because all them Utah schools are weird like that. So
why are they weird, Heavy T? Why are the Utah schools weird?
a lot of white people. We'll leave it at that. I don't want to get into too much and get canceled. So
lots of white people with multiple wives.
I will say this, dude. I will say this. I used to date someone who lived in Utah during COVID. It was a wild time, right? So like during COVID.
Whoa.
It was no, hold on. It was just a very long distance relationship because she lived in Salt Lake City. I lived in over here in LA. But like I said, it was during COVID. It was a wild time, right? So I went to go visit her for like 4 or 5 days, right? It wasn't until day 3 that I saw another minority. Okay.
I like how you say another as in yourself and somebody else.
I am technically mostly Hispanic. I just don't look at it. But yeah, dude, it was a while before I saw another minority. It was crazy, man. So many white people living there.
Yeah. I like how we just lost viewers when we talk about that.
Oh, damn. That's okay. Sorry, you told me.
Stay with us, people. Play your college football 25 and watch your home run derby and listen to Monday Night Rants. Looking like my boy Marcelo Ozuna is not doing much better than Pete Alonso right now.
That makes me feel good because when you had us draft our little team or whatever, Ozuna was on my list. I wanted Ozuna. So the fact that he's not doing well makes me feel better.
Well, Alonso's been eliminated, so Witt will be Matt Selz' cherry horse here. If he makes it to the final, we'll see.
That's true.
Only
That's
4
true.
of them can, and no one picked J-Ram or Bohm, who are both the leaders right now. We screwed that up, Heavy T.
So does that mean Teoscar's out or is he on the bubble?
Teoscar is, I'll give you live updates here. Teoscar is 19, so he is not on the bubble. He is on the bubble at 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Adolis is out.
Okay. I had a feeling that one wasn't.
Adolis, Garcia, and Alonso are officially eliminated. Ozuna is cracking homers as we speak right now, but he's only at 14. So
yeah,
I could if he doesn't get to 19, both my guys are gone and I'm gonna lose. So
good. We love to see it.
Boo. Well, you're all giddy. You're all happy.
Dude,
you're excited. You can't wait to get off of work. You can't wait to leave the FanDuel studios in LA.
I'm going to be honest with you. I actually finished a majority of my work early to the point where as soon as I'm done with this, I got about 10 more minutes and then I'm gone.
And what are you going to go home and do?
We have NCAA or College Football 25 as it's supposed to be called. We have College Football 25 already downloaded. It's been downloaded since Saturday night, ready to go. So I'm just going to hop on, throw on the sticks, and just start with my offline dynasty team.
Well, you're watching Raw at the same time.
Probably. Yeah. Now, which school I'm going to take over?
Time.
I have absolutely no idea.
That was my question: is what will be the first college you choose to take over at B?
It's going to be one of the 1.5 star schools. It's going to be one of those. UTEP is on the list.
Nice.
A lot of the Texas schools, because you have UTEP, Sam Houston, Texas State, like those smaller dudes, North Texas, those smaller guys, they're all the 1-star schools. So you have those over there. Florida Atlantic, FAU, that's an interesting little option right there.
Yeah.
trying to think. My buddy keeps trying to pitch me San Jose State. I'm not trying to do San Jose State.
Boo! Fresno State, baby, all day, every day.
Yeah,
San
that
Jose
was the
State.
thing.
Get out of here. By the way, shout out to Jeff Tepford, the coach of Fresno State, who had to step down today, having health problems again. He's a legendary coach, man.
Yeah, the former Cal coach. Coached a bunch of Heisman
when Aaron Rodgers was on that team.
Yeah, he coached a bunch of Heisman quarterbacks, like really high draft picks, and none of them amounted to anything until Aaron Rodgers.
Except for Aaron Rodgers. By the way, that Cal USC game that year with Aaron was one of the greatest college football games I've ever seen. So we're talking only college football right now with Heavy T. This is What Say Ye, Heavy T. I should probably put that on the screen, huh?
Oh, maybe.
see what happens here when I lose you to FanDuel Studios. I have to do this all myself.
Things happen, man.
Things happen.
Only happen.
We're talking college football 25, which I'm excited for, but I'm an old school guy. I get all my games still with the discs because those things are actually, unlike DVDs and Blu-rays, valuable to trade in.
Yeah, well, to an extent, yeah. So I'm just super excited for this game, dude. I cannot express how excited I am for this. The fact that there are 130 something schools,
wow,
for us to choose from. There are names on the back of jerseys. If you are old head like me and like Edward here, you remember the days where it said like HB number 10 on the back of the jersey because
and on and on their marker when you were them on the
and on the marker too. And also I saw something. It was a rumor. I don't know if it's real or not because obviously I haven't checked it out. I've been working, but I saw something where there's kind of a mode in the game that allows you to play flashback moments, like some of the greater moments of recent college football history, and it allows you to replay those moments. And if that's the case, that's pretty sick because Madden used to have those, and I loved them.
So that means I could go back and be Marcus Mariota, and Oregon wins the national championship against stupid Cardell Jones and Ohio.
I'll have to double check and let you know.
And Ezekiel Elliott.
That was pretty cool when I saw the rumor of that, and I was like, that's pretty dope because I remember in ESPN 2K5 or NFL 2K5, there was a mode like that, and I remember being able to like replay the Immaculate Reception, which was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
So I mean, yeah, I kind of hope that mode is real. This game, I need this. I need this.
All right, question for you.
Yeah.
Do you make yourself a player?
So I haven't. I probably will. I'll do something in Road to Glory.
What position do you play, Heavy T?
I mean, quarterback's kind of the more fun one. I do like running back. I'm really bad at defense. I will be straight up. I'm really bad at defense.
I think you should make yourself a tight end. Make yourself I want a Heavy T tight end.
That's an intriguing option. Okay.
Yeah, I
could make you do that.
I think that'd be perfect for you.
I do have my head coach already named and everything like that. So
what is the head coach name? You gotta tell us.
My head coach's name is Toby Tonka. It's a great name.
Why? Why Toby Tonka?
Why not Toby Tonka? It's a great name.
What's the reason behind it? Is there
no reason? It's just what I made up.
Toby Tonka?
The best part is, okay, so I got.
Can I start calling you Toby Tonka? That's a great name.
I got the Tonka part because I was randomly thinking, like, you remember those Tonka like construction trucks that you used to play with when you were a kid?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So with that in mind, and I don't know how you can make your coach now, but with that in mind, with the old NCAA 14 one, I had Toby Tonka. He was this big burly dude. And I put him in a suit and these tiny ass glasses. This is the funniest thing ever seeing him on the sideline. This dude rules. So he will be making a comeback. I will probably be making him 400 pounds. So yeah, this is gonna happen. This is gonna be glorious.
Wow, I love it. Man, everybody, this is exciting times right now. College football 25 is here.
I've been saying it, and I'll say it again. College Football 25 is here. I'm seeing an early release for Twisters on Wednesday, 2 days before it comes out. We are truly living in great times.
I am going to Twisters on Thursday.
There you go. Okay. I'll still see it.
Next Monday, we'll do a review.
I'm down for that, dude.
We should start doing movie reviews. Why not? Who cares?
Yeah, we'll get-
Get more entertainment in this thing. I did see Long Legs last week. It was something. It wasn't
right.
as scary as I thought. Everyone said it was like the scariest movie of all time or something. It was like, or it's like Seven or Silence of the Lambs. It was none of those. It was okay.
Interesting. Okay. I'll still probably check it out eventually.
Yeah. Hold on. We got Eric in the chat. Said, I'm on vacation and wondering when Marcell Ozuna is going to hit in the home run derby. Do you guys know?
I think he's hitting right now.
He's done. He ended up with 16. I have been eliminated.
Oh, you're out.
Both my guys are out. He had 16, Eric. I hate to tell you. Gunner is up here for you. You had Gunner and Teoscar. Teoscar's on the bubble. So
I'm
either
pretty
way,
much
you're only
guaranteed,
getting one in. And then obviously Bobby Witt will get in for Matt Selz. So it's going to come down to either Henderson and Teoscar versus Bobby Witt to see who wins this little draft. And nobody had the top two. And remember how we laughed and said we're going to give those to Thomas? He'd be beating our ass right now.
Yeah, he would be. Jeez. And we don't need that.
Yes, Eric, I'm eliminated. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. I'm eliminated. I know. Sad. Okay. Heavy T, I know we only got a few more minutes with you. I talked earlier about the MVP and stuff for baseball. We're at the, technically not the midpoint, but the midpoint. We got screwed with our picks, man. There are a lot of injuries here in our MVP picks and Cy Young. Do you have any rebuttals that you would like to say? I did mine. I think Logan Gilbert for Cy Young in the AL is one of mine. And then I said, well, MVP is a guarantee right now for both NL and AL.
Yeah, it's Shohei and Judge.
Yeah. And then my NL Cy Young award pick was Zach Wheeler.
It's, you know what? Honestly, it could be a three-way race, but because you can still throw Ranger Suarez in there for now.
He's battling an injury and still pitching through it, and it hasn't been good the last couple of weeks, to be honest.
I mean, you could get away with having a couple bad weeks as a pitcher and still win the Cy Young. Yeah. But the reason why a Philly might win the Cy Young is because...
Why wouldn't that be Zach Wheeler?
I mean, it could be Zach Wheeler, but the reason why I'm saying I think someone from Philadelphia wins it is because I think the other two top candidates are both Chris Sale and Ronaldo Lopez. Like, those dudes are having killer years.
Chris Sale is the favorite, right? Chris Sale. I'm saying this, by the way,
35-year-old ass.
By the way, this is July 15th, 2024. And I'm saying Chris Sale is the favorite to win the Cy Young in the NL. That is absolutely insane. Julio, what's up, brother? Nice to see you, man.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, Chris Sale.
Zach Wheeler has to be the favorite, not over Chris. Will Chris Sale even make it the rest of the season?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if he does, I think him and Lopez end up splitting the vote, and it ends up going.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that's the big thing. As far as the American League goes, Logan Gilbert's a good choice. I'm trying to remember who I picked for the American League.
Tariq Skubal is the favorite currently.
I don't know if that's going to last. That's going to be tough to make last.
That's what I'm thinking too. But he's a minus 130 favorite right now.
I mean, good for him. But I'd probably go with Corbin Burns.
He's the second favorite, and Logan Gilbert's the third favorite.
If I remember correctly, I think Luis Castillo was my pick.
Yeah, that was
so
mine was Shane Bieber, who tore his Tommy John like week 1. And then Justin Steele was my NL pick, and he got hurt like the first week. I was like, cool. All right, my Cy Young picks are just out the window.
I had Dylan Cease, and that man started off good and then fell apart.
Yeah, he's been absolute dude. He's turning into like the bad part of Blake Snell lately. Oh no, Padres, what are you doing?
I don't want to see that.
All right, who wins, NL or AL tomorrow? Like it matters.
Yeah, literally like it matters. I'm gonna say the AL. So I really hope that one dude for the American League gets a hit in the first inning, so we can all I actually do want to see Skeens versus Judge, because everyone said everyone said this morning that Skeens is only going to go 1 inning.
Yeah.
So he's guaranteed to face Juan Soto. I can't remember who the other 2 hitters are ahead of him, but he's guaranteed to face Juan Soto.
Stephen Kwan is batting off. So
Stephen Kwan is leading off. Yeah, that's correct.
Kwan, who doesn't strike out much at all.
Yeah, and you know what? It might be Gunnar Henderson second. That might be him second.
Yeah, maybe.
So you got Juan Soto third, and then Judge fourth. So I need one of those 3 to get a hit because I need Judge to come up because that's gonna be pretty cool to watch.
That'd be fun to watch. I'm gonna say the NL wins, and the MVP of the All-Star game will be. You ready for it? Jurickson Profar, because why the hell not?
Oh Jesus! And that's my sign to get out of here, man.
All right, my friend. Enjoy your game. Enjoy Raw. By the way, be sure to catch up on Born to Heal, our wrestling podcast, which we're 3 episodes in. It's doing pretty well, man. People seem to like it. We're getting followers with it. So you can catch everything on MondayNightRants.com. That's all the information is there, but we obviously have it other places as well. But just go to MondayNightRants.com and you could for sure get everything there, and including your inept franchise series as well. My brother from another mother, enjoy college football tonight. Don't stay up too late.
I might, because I have nothing to do tomorrow.
Cool.
So.
I will be texting you till 11 about Raw too, so you better respond during your half times and whatnot.
Sounds good, man.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Later.
Heavy tea, everybody. Heavy tea. Heavy tea. All right. We're going to talk baseball prospects. MLB Draft happened yesterday. I was able to catch a little bit of it. I've been kind of following along on the tracker they have on MLB.com. I have been eliminated from the home run derby contest here. What's funny is the 2 people that neither one of us picked were the top 2 so far. Crazy. Matt Selz still has Bobby Witt. Heavy T has Teoscar Hernandez. Jose Ramirez and the ace seed, Bohm, still remain. After this, our boy, our friend, Matt Selz will join the show to talk a little NASCAR, baseball prospects. Who will come up and help you win your baseball fantasy championships this year? He'll let you know because, like I said, he has, and I'm not even kidding, the best prospect list in all the world, really. Matt Selz and Fans Alarm up next. But first, FFPC and Coop, I'm in.
Now is Dynasty. And the place to play is myffpc.com. Go to myffpc, use promo code COOP. They'll give you $25 when you deposit $35 or more. Now is the time to get in there and get set up with a startup draft. Now is the time, now that the rookies and everyone are set, because you can go in and you can start the draft. And, you draft your Justin Jeffersons and Jamar Chases. And now that we know where the rookies are and where they're landing, you get going on that. So you want to try and set a startup draft for this week coming up if you're not involved yet. So go get involved. Use the QR code here or use the promo code that's in the link in the description here and get yourself going on Dynasty so you can really enjoy these players and draft the players you believe in. If you like Michael Penix Jr., you got to play Dynasty because you got to wait for him, but the payoff is big. And same with like Persall and Jackson Smith and Jigba and all these guys. Get in and do that. And I'll tell you what, the orphan leagues over there that we've been talking about, those all got bought up. They're actually all sold. People from this show I know took over a bunch of them. So right now, startups is the way to go. That's the way to rock and roll. It is startup season. Startup season and rookie draft season. That's what's up. Get set up at myffpc.com. Use promo code COOP. They'll give you $25 when you deposit $35 or more and give you a leg up. No dealing with chasing around your friends and making them pay dues and having your buddy be like, oh, dude, I got to quit the league because I got a dog and I can't pay attention no more and I don't want to do trades. Forget all that. You can play online, MyFFPC, high stakes, low stakes, whatever you want to do with experts. And if somebody leaves the league, it goes in that orphan pool and somebody picks it up. The league has never been disbanded on FFPC.com. That's directly from Eric Bachman over there has told me that. So that's what's up. Get set up.
Yes. Get set up at the FFPC. That's where I play my Dynasty Football Leagues, and I'm telling you, it's a blast. Use that promo code COOP and join me. Join everybody. Join Fantasy Alarm. Join all the fun. All the fun, Matt Selz, is at FFPC. You play at FFPC, right?
I do, yes.
See? Join us, people. What's going on, dude?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're having a fun, just, loose night. The sports world is kind of, where it's at right now in the dog days of sports summer. So I talked a little soccer, little football. We'll talk more about that later. I talked about the Copa America disaster of the crowd. I compared it to Die Hard when they were crawling through the fence to get into the... I do have some good news for you, my friend.
Yes.
You have made it to the finals of our home run derby draft. I have been eliminated. However, your first pick, Pete Alonso, had the worst showing of all the batters.
Yeah, that was kind of it. He was either going to show up and bomb him, or he was just going to nod his head and not do anything.
Yeah, so it's something. You never quite know how this is going to all play out, but it's playing out. It's between Bobby Witt Jr. for you and Teoscar Hernandez. You do have, however, a 1 home run advantage going into this semifinals. So I'm sad. I'm sad. MLB Draft was yesterday.
Yes. Well, still going, but yes, the sexy picks were yesterday.
Yeah. The picks that matter were yesterday. Yeah, there was a few today that you were texting me about that were kind of cool.
Yeah, I already gave you a prospect to go get.
I know, but I can't get him yet. I have to draft him. It's Dynasty. You have to wait.
I know.
I'm not going to tell anybody who that is because they're watching right now. See, they're watching this show right now, and they probably saw that you're on, and now they're all looking at your prospect list.
He went to my alma mater, which is...
Don't give it away!
No, because there's at least 3 guys.
Oh,
so you don't know who I'm talking about.
True. He'll be on my watch list when the draft comes.
Yeah, I got my Dynasty League to change the rules because of poaching prospects. Yes.
Oh, so you guys don't do first-year draft, or do you just bring them on?
We do now. Well, you now can't take a prospect who was before they were drafted because Fantrax adds people before they're drafted.
Oh, wow.
Right? And so I was kind of paying attention last year, and we have a rule. As long as you pick up a guy before the playoffs start in our league, he's keepable. If you're in the playoffs and you pick up a guy, you have to drop him after the playoffs. You can't keep the guy for next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I snuck into the playoffs last year before it started. I made some moves, and I picked up some guys that I figured were going to go very high in the draft last year. I picked up Paul Skeens. I picked up Dylan Cruz. I picked up Brock Wilken. And I picked up Jay Stolander, who happened to go to the Rockies.
Can I join this league? Jesus, get out of here with this.
Well, because nobody paid attention. They didn't realize the Fantrax added them 2 or 3 weeks before the draft. They were listed as free agents. Their pictures didn't match, so you kind of had to do some snooping to make sure they were the right guys. And nobody paid attention because in the draft this year...
What was Paul Skeen's picture? Was it live done?
I mean, they were like the egg, right? They're just a blank avatar. But, they don't list... I think they listed him as catcher for some stupid reason.
Paul Skeens was listed as catcher?
For some,
what is Fantrax doing over there?
I don't know. They had him in there, but whatever. Nobody paid attention until our draft, literally 3 days before the season started this year, and they were like, "Where's Paul Skeens?" He was picked up.
I got him.
Hey, where's Dylan Cruz? He was picked up.
Yeah.
And so it literally started a fight mid-draft that made us change the rules that you can't pick up a guy until he's been drafted, and now, so the guy's getting drafted this weekend can't be picked up in our league until the draft.
Okay. Smart.
Unless you drafted them, they have to be drafted.
But you got to keep those players last year.
Yes. So I have Dylan Cruz and Paul Skeens for the rest of their careers.
That's fair. Of the MLB draft that happened yesterday.
Yes.
Surprising, a lot of college players went 1 through 8 until the first high school player was taken, I think 9th.
Correct. That's the longest it's taken to get a high school bat off of the board in draft history.
It was, I think, this year in college was one of the best college baseball years we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Series, one of the best. Obviously, Tennessee was the number 1 team, and they won, but they're the first number 1 team to win the College World Series in a while, too. So it was exciting, and I was all about it. And a lot of good players coming from the college ranks, which is good to see. Of all the players drafted,
Yes.
and maybe you're going to give it away of the player that you told me about earlier. I don't know. Who do you think will be the first one to play a Major League Baseball game?
The first one to play a Major League Baseball game, I think it's between two guys. I think it's between the number 1 overall pick,
You think he's that ready?
Travis Bazzana. I think
Yeah.
he's that ready.
He's good, right?
He's
Really
really
good?
good. There's a reason this guy is the first second baseman ever drafted number 1 overall.
Right. He plays second base too, which is weird, right? That's
Yes.
kind of like not a position you see go in the top 10, really.
It's never been drafted number 1 overall before because it's not typically considered a premium position like center field or shortstop or catcher or an ace
And
caliber arm.
he's from Australia.
Correct. He is Australian. He played college ball at Oregon State, which has
Yeah.
produced some pretty good.
Stephen Kwan, baby.
Stephen Kwan went there. Adley Rutschman was their catcher. There's some other guys who haven't worked out quite so well. Thinking of a middle infielder drafted by the White Sox that didn't exactly work out.
I'm thinking of another catcher too that played for the Giants, but yeah, okay.
Yes. They've had some. I mean, everybody has hits and misses, right? Baseball is, but I think Bazzana's one of them. I also think Charlie Condon is another one that could be.
Now, the Rockies don't have a great history of developing prospects. Let's put it that way.
They have a very good history of developing hitters. They don't have a very good history of developing pitchers.
Who recently has come up through the ranks in Colorado from who they drafted and has been a good hitter? Well, Tovar. I'll give you Tovar. He wasn't drafted though, right? He was the international.
He was signed, but Ryan McMahon has been pretty good. They've had like 3 second basemen that came up. Don't forget the long history of shortstops that have come up and absolutely
too low. But that's a while ago. It's
okay. There's like 3 other dudes you can put in there too, like Trevor Story.
I forgot about him. Damn it. He fell off the face of the earth with injuries. Yeah, he's always injured for the last 4 years.
But no, they're getting better. But this guy has insane power. He's got a remarkably good hit tool. Yeah, Condon could have made the argument to go number 1 overall. There was not a consensus number 1 overall this year like there was last year.
Yeah.
And so one of those 2 guys I think will be
the first to come up.
The first to come up. I don't think the Angels guy is coming up as fast as they have in the past.
He's a second baseman too, wasn't he?
He was a second baseman.
Christian Moore. That's right.
Yeah, the University of Tennessee. He'll be solid, but he's not like polished enough like Shanuel was polished. He's not elite, but he was a polished hitter.
About the A's here are in a very interesting spot. Obviously,
I like the bat. I really do. Nick Kurtz is arguably the most polished, well-rounded college bat in the draft in terms of hit tool, power, plate discipline. But the A's take forever to bring people up. I mean, Tyler Soderstrom was hitting 300 for it felt like 4 straight years.
Forever, right?
And they didn't bring him up. But then Mason Miller throws 100 miles an hour once and gets called up, which is fair because he's been ridiculous.
Which is the worst franchise in baseball right now? We're going off track. The A's or the White Sox? It's hard.
The White Sox?
It's hard. It's hard.
I would say the White Sox. Because at least the A's have a sense of what they have in their system and how to build it, and the guys they usually trade for do at least help. Until
they trade him away.
Okay, but they've been doing that for I mean, the Rays do that all the time, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Saw a graphic the other day of the war of the guys they've received versus the war of the guys they've given up, and it's insane. It's not even close.
A lot of people go through Tampa Bay. It's crazy.
But the White Sox, they have no sense of what they need in the system.
Most of their players are all signees too. They're not even draft picks.
Right. They have homegrown guys who can't stay healthy. They don't develop them. And then when they
Eloy,
draft them,
Lubob. Yeah.
and when they draft them, they come up for a manager who hated them, and now the manager they have isn't really all that good.
No. They could be the top 10 losingest season of all time here. The White Sox.
They're going to give the Mets a run for their money.
And they drafted Hagen Smith right after Nick Kurtz went for the A's.
Yeah, Hagen Smith is filthy.
Yeah, a good draft pick there.
Yes, like if they keep Garrett Crochet in about 3 years, you could see 2 years probably. If they keep Crochet 2 years from now, their starting rotation would be Crochet, Noah Schultz, and Hagen Smith, which is an absolutely just filthy top three.
Yeah, like that. I'm going to ask you, I don't want to ask you about the Padres' first pick, although, by the way, the Padres drafted names, dude.
By the way, did you see there was a switch pitcher that was drafted?
A switch pitcher?
Yes, the Mariners drafted a switch pitcher.
So he pitches left and right?
Yes.
That doesn't work. Didn't the A's have one of those a couple years ago?
That guy was this guy is way better. His stuff is way better. He throws 98 from the right. He throws 95 from the left.
Jesus Christ.
He's got a 6-finger glove, which is crazy to watch because he just like switches the hands and then the thumb just slides in a different
spot. That doesn't seem fair.
He was utterly disgusting in the College World Series.
Is he worth drafting in fantasy leagues in first year for Dynasty?
Let's see what they do with him, and if they let him start a little bit, maybe. I think he's going to be an elite high leverage reliever, but I would let them tinker a little bit. I mean, I trust the Mariners in developing pitchers.
Oh yeah,
at this point,
one of the best.
But I would let him tinker. It's a name that I would, watch.
So
Durangelo, I can't pronounce his last name. It's like Cjintje. I don't.
Nope, not doing that.
He's a switch pitcher. He's literally the only one in the draft.
The Padres have the all-name team. Their first 4 picks: Cash Mayfield, Boston Bateman, Cobb Hightower, and Tyson Neighbors. Oh, also Kavaris Tears. The all-name team, baby.
Yes.
I just was going to mention that. I really have nothing.
Also, Cale Fountain.
Oh yeah, and Cale Fountain.
And Clark Candiotti.
Shout out to the Padres for just saying, "Hey, let's find the best names and just sign them and see what."
Yeah.
What
by
happens.
the way, their 4th round competitive balance round pick, Clark Candiotti. That last name sound familiar to you?
It does.
He is the son of Tom Candiotti.
Is it the son? Wow. Pitcher.
And Ken Caminiti's nephew got drafted.
Jesus. We're getting old.
I know.
We're getting old.
Dude, like 3 years ago, watching Andrew Jones's son go, Matt Holiday's son go. There was dudes who went in the 1st round.
Carl Crawford's son, too.
Carl Crawford's son, who were sons of guys we grew up watching.
Just recently, it feels like, too, man. Just recently.
Andrew Jones played in the 2009. Man.
I know. What the hell? I don't like it. Name a player not drafted in the 1st round you think was the best steal.
So we're going to go to San Francisco.
Oh, boo.
And we're going to go to Dakota Jordan.
Dakota Jordan. Why is Dakota Jordan special?
He went in the 4th round. He was the Giants' 2nd pick because they picked 13th overall and then didn't pick again until 116th.
He is from Mississippi State.
He's from Mississippi State. He has plus speed, plus power on an average hit tool. So basically, you're looking at a guy who's a 30-30 outfielder you got to tone down the swing and miss for sure to get the most out of him. But he is a top 35 prospect by everybody's estimation.
That's what I'm looking at right now. He's a top 35 prospect, and he was picked 116th.
Yes.
Wow.
Because he is a draft eligible sophomore, so he had leverage to go back for another year.
Dakota Jordan.
So they're going to have to go well above slot to sign him. But
all right,
they'll pull it off.
Is it the Giants then? Which team so far has had the best draft in your opinion?
So in terms of top 60 top 60 guys taken, the Nationals have had a pretty good draft. But I'm not going there.
Homer.
I'm not going there.
Homer.
It's been interesting. They've gotten some high quality athletes. I don't know exactly.
I don't want to talk about the Nationals because I'm pissed about the Juan Soto trade now.
Yeah, I would be too. There's more coming too, by the way. Susano looks amazing. Robert Hassel III is starting to figure things out.
Oh yeah. Okay, that was Matt Selz, everyone. Thanks.
Yeah. No, the team with the best draft so far though has got to be the Cincinnati Reds.
Really, the Reds?
They took Chase Burns at 2 overall.
Yeah. We haven't talked about Burns.
Haven't talked about him. His stuff is equivalent to Skeens. Is he as polished as Skeens? Not in the slightest. Is his control anywhere close? No. He is not the next Paul Skeens. His stuff is. He's not. Okay? Big difference. He can strike guys out. He's also going to walk a lot more dudes and give up more contact than Paul Skeens. However, is he a frontline starter? Yes. Are the Reds looking very scary with a potential top 3 rotation of Hunter Green, Chase Burns, and Nick Lodolo? Yes. Mm-hmm. So that's how they started things.
And really good infield as well.
They've got talent all over. And then Rhys Hines is turning into Babe Ruth, apparently.
Yeah, crazy, dude. What the hell is up with Rhys Hines? They were just showing a video of Rhys Hines and Bobby Witt Jr. doing a home run derby at the age of like 13 together.
Yeah, it was a high school. I think it was a high school.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And now they're both in the majors like 5 years later. I mean, it's nuts. But no, their first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks were all top 80.
Damn.
Guys in the draft. They drafted for need. Luke Holman, solid pitcher. He's not anything elite, but he's a back-end starter, might turn into a high-leverage reliever. Fine. They don't need frontline starters with Green and Burns and Lodolo. And I'm blanking. Who the heck? They took a guy last year, too. They took a frontline starter last year, too. I'm trying to remember.
Who did the Reds take last year? I think it was
here, I can pull it up here in just a second. It was, I know who it was. I'm just blanking on the name. It was Rhett Lauder.
Lauder, that's right. Yep.
So yes, they have Green, Burns, Lodolo, and Lauder. They're good on front end starters.
They have they also drafted Ty Floyd last year as well.
They did. Then they took Tyson Lewis, who is just another quality 2020 bat that they're going to stick somewhere, make work, have fun, because the Power is going to play in small park. They just got these dudes that they just stick anywhere.
So the Great American Launching Pad is going to be rocking once again, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, they're having themselves a pretty good draft.
Crazy. The Reds of all people. The Reds. Hey, why not?
And here's the thing. They have enough prospects. They're not going to use all these guys. They're just going to trade them for high-end major league. Like, don't be surprised if they could put together a package to go get Garrett Crochet.
They could. I mean, they could.
Yeah.
Or an outfield bat. Or something, you know?
Yeah, because they do actually still need outfield bats because all their dudes get hurt.
Yes, all the time. That's for sure. Great infield, though. Absolute great infield.
Yes.
Young, good infield. Let's help people out with their fantasy teams here. A lot of people are wondering, hey, Matt Selz, best prospect list of all of fantasy baseball in the world in the history of time. Who's going to come up that I could pick up right now during this week where no one is paying attention and will be called up and help me win my fantasy league this year?
You want another guy who looks exactly like the other guys who play in Baltimore?
Oh, God. How many are there? How many are there in Baltimore? Jeez, it's like they're
Dude, go Google their draft and go look at the headshots and tell me they aren't all clones.
They all look the same. Gunnar Henderson looks like Heston Kershaw. They look like
looks
twins.
like Jackson Holiday.
Who looks like Jackson Holiday. It's crazy.
Yeah, who looks like Connor Norby's basically the only one that doesn't look.
Yeah,
like
he's. I'll give him. I'll give him
that. Kobe Mayo is coming, and we know this because their GM basically just said, "I'm making room for him shortly."
Jesus.
If they have one hole, it's basically been third base.
Yeah.
That's where Kobe Mayo plays. And by the way, in case we're wondering, all he's done this year across 2 levels, which includes 4 games of a rehab assignment at high A. Basically, it's all been at AAA. Across 69 games, he's hitting 309, 390, 640 with 22 homers
That's silly.
and 20 doubles.
Well, there you go, people. Go pick Mayo up right now because if
So
he gets called up and they make room.
Yeah, they've said he's going to come up. They need help at third. Aside from another starting pitcher for them, another consistent bat in that lineup is the only thing they need.
Just an embarrassment of riches for the Baltimore Orioles. It is absolutely insane.
And by the way, they've got dudes that they're going to trade to go get a starter.
Yeah, they're going to need that. They're going to need that because you have Burns, obviously. And then after Burns, it kind of drops off a little bit. And you got, Creamer's been
been hanging in there.
Creamer's been pretty good. He's a high strikeout guy, but he also, walks a lot. But that's not a World Series winning rotation, that's for sure. Even with all the bats that they have.
Bradish is out for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
Tyler Wells, you were expecting to come back. He's not. Not that he was outstanding, but he was a solid guy. So they're going to need a starter. They're going to trade some folks, but yeah, Kobe Mayo would be my pick for the next big impact bat to come up.
There you go. Go pick him up right now, my fellow ranters. Rookie of the year. I gave you my Cy Youngs. I gave you my MVPs. You give everybody at this point. I know we did the show earlier in the season before we had our picks, but who is going to win Rookie of the Year in the AL and the NL this year? Obviously, Skeens is probably a lock for the NL, you would say?
Yeah, if he keeps going, yeah. If he falls off the table, then it gets interesting with like Imanaga, who could.
Yeah.
I mean, Imanaga has been good. Skeens has been unreal. I saw Jeff Passan make the argument that if Skeens keeps going, he could win the Cy Young and the Rookie of the Year.
He is currently a minus 1,100 favorite to win. Jackson Merrill. Let's not forget this guy came up 20 years old, and it's been nothing but rake.
And he's never played center field.
No.
Which he's doing now. As I joke with my wife, the entire Padres infield, except for catcher, is shortstop eligible players.
Well, Manny really hasn't played shortstop in a long time.
Okay, but he came up as a shortstop. He could play in a pinch.
Yeah, obviously Bogarts and Kim. Tatis is in the outfield now. Profar came up as a shortstop.
Profar came up as a shortstop.
And Jackson Merrill
was a shortstop. Ha-Seong Kim can play anywhere.
Okay. Versatility, Matt Selz. Versatility.
Luis Ariz can play shortstop if you need him to.
Versatility, Matt Selz. Versatility.
It's literally 9 shortstops and a catcher.
That's pretty much what it is. I'm not gonna lie. You are pretty right. Actually, 10 if you think about it. But
I'm sure the catcher could go out there and go field short.
I don't want him to.
I wouldn't want him to. But yeah, I would say so. It's got to be Skeens. My top 3 in the NL. It's got to be Skeens if he stays healthy and keeps doing this. It's Skeens. If for some reason that doesn't work out or Imanaga gets incredibly hot again, he's a dark horse. Jackson Merrill would be my 3rd.
Okay.
There.
Agreed.
AL?
The AL is a little bit closer, I think.
I think Luis Gil had a lock on it, and then he kind of fell apart for like 3-4 starts.
How is this dude considered a rookie? Hasn't he pitched in Major League like the last 3 years, at least a couple times?
Well, first of all, September service time doesn't count towards rookie status.
I feel like this dude has been around since like I was
also,
born.
If you don't accrue over 50 innings, you still retain rookie status. 50 innings or 130 at bats.
Man.
Or 40 days spent on the active roster, not including September.
Okay. But what about Wyatt Langford?
He's interesting too. Mason Miller is also a dark horse for me.
I do have a couple of Boston guys who have been surprising this year as well. One of them
I picked him
up. Nobody had him. I picked him up on my dynasty team.
And David Hamilton with 23 steals.
Yeah. What about Rafaela?
I think I think his average in OBP needs to come up.
Yeah,
You're not going to win Rookie of the Year hitting 246 with a 272.
He was one of those like high WAR guys in AAA. Like I think he had like one of the highest last year in all of minor league, right?
Yeah.
And then he comes up and he's still doing it. He's put up fantasy numbers for sure. But yeah, I agree with that. But I think Abreu is kind of a dark horse here. He's been like quietly really good.
If you look at AL rookie hitters, according to FWAR, the number one guy is Colton Cowser.
Oh yeah, another one who should be considered as well.
Except he's hitting 219, so he's not gonna win hitting 219.
No.
Weiler Abreu is second in WAR at 1.7 right now.
Wow. He's been so good quietly.
And then Spencer Horwitz and Max Schumann are next, but they're not. Nobody's going to give it to good Jewish guys.
So it's between Langford. Yeah, that's what you're saying. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, Langford's got to stay healthy and kind of get on a roll here. But I would say that right now the clubhouse leader is either Luis Heel or
I'm pulling up the odds.
Miller.
The odds for Rookie of the Year American League. Wyatt Langford plus 135, plus 170 for Luis Heel. Plus 1,100 for Colton Cowser.
Yeah, the milkman's not delivering on that bet.
1,400 Mason Miller and 1,800 Abreu. So there you go.
I mean, closers don't generally win it, but his stuff is so gross.
It's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Well, man, there you go. Hey, everybody.
Just wait till Mason Miller is throwing fastballs that equal the temps in Sacramento.
Or where I live.
I mean, it's been hot here too. It's been a
record high, the hottest it's ever been where I live, ever in the history of the city, even in existence last week. And what did I do that day? I went to the Fresno Grizzlies game.
Yeah,
because I'm a dummy.
Last year, I had to give up my 4th of July holiday because one of the pets was sick and couldn't travel with us. So I sent the wife and kids down to my in-laws and stayed back here. And then on the 4th of July, I decided to replace the gate that's in our fence that had not been swinging right and needed to be replaced. So I built a gate on the 4th of July last year, which was at that time the hottest combined global temperature ever recorded in the history of the world. I'm out there 1:30 in the afternoon with no cloud cover, building a friggin' gate and ducking M80s.
Hopefully, probably in your underwear, just sweating like a pig.
I mean, I had shorts on.
I'd be out there in my underwear. I'd say, if you're outside and you see me underwear, that's on you, man. It's hot. That's on you. Yeah, that's on you.
It was toasty. It was like 105 here today, so it's not like it's that pleasant.
All right. I had a bunch of NASCAR stuff here, but we're running late, so we're going to have to skip through it kind of quickly here. Obviously, NASCAR is off and running.
Yeah.
You are the NASCAR guy. You and Dan Malin, of course, FantasyAlarm.com. The best DFS advice you could get. By the way, NASCAR DFS, I've told you, my fellow ranters, everyone out there, I told you this all the time. It's the best DFS game, not even close. It's more fun than football. Edward, you're high. No, I'm not. It is actually more fun.
It's an unbelievable sweat, but don't ever check your money before the checkered flag.
Yeah, like me, who once had $1 million in my bank account until Keselowski took out Blaney in that race. But hey, what can you do? You're the NASCAR guy. Your bets hit. Obviously, Blaney won this last weekend. My boy.
I had him written up.
16-1, baby. Put it on the board. I also bet on him as well because I actually bet on him every week. I'm not gonna lie.
You bet on him every week because he's your favorite. Which is fine. Support the guys you like.
16-1. That's 15 weeks I could bet on him and not win and still be even.
I'm still bitter about Tyler Reddick missing the top 5 by 1 spot.
Yeah, that was.
I had him at plus 145 for a top 5.
Jeez. Oh man.
I almost wrote up Bubba at plus 220 for a top 10. Almost did it because I was really feeling Bubba, and I was like, here's the thing. I want to play him in DFS. I know if I write up the bet, he's gonna not do well.
He was in my lineups, a lot of them.
And then he crushed it in DFS, but then he also would have hit the bet that I.
Unfortunately, I also had Ross Chastain in a lot of my lineups. So that kind of
Yeah, the peaches were not nice to.
they were not nice. We're here, man. We're almost coming up to August here.
We have one
playoffs
race and then a 3-week break
because of the Olympics.
I
want to ask you, and that's why we had a race on Father's Day this year, by the way. I want to ask you, playoffs are coming. Playoffs are getting close here. What's the most who you predict will be a surprising driver not to make the playoffs? I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same that I would have.
Is it a surprise at this point?
The Kyle Busch has been terrible.
He's awful. He is, by the way, still in. He's hanging around the playoff cut line.
I don't know.
Right now, if you look at the NASCAR standings, the points behind, he's kind of hanging around there, but not. I mean, he's going to need a lot of stuff to go. Like he is, what, 28 points behind Briscoe for the 16th spot right now. So that's like one race. The biggest surprise of a guy to miss the playoffs? I mean, the easy one is Kyle Busch.
Yeah, that's the easy one. I mean, if you look at it, he's the biggest name there. Well, Ross Chastain would be kind of a surprise. I'm not going to lie.
Ross Chastain would be a surprise as well. Yeah.
By the way, Bobby Witt Jr. has made it to the finals. He outdid Jose Ramirez. So you're looking good. Now it's Teoscar Hernandez versus Bohm. If Hernandez goes, he only hit 14. So you have a 4 home run advantage.
We'll take it.
So if Bohm can hit more than 14, you automatically win. So there you go.
Nice.
Yeah. Congratulations. And you had the first pick, and your first pick had the worst. And you still won.
I know. I was between him or Gunner.
All right. Back to NASCAR because we gotta call this every Monday. Everyone wants to go play their college football, and I do, but
I can't. So.
Yes, you can.
No, I don't have the system that works.
You don't have a PS5 or an Xbox? Get in the times, Matt Selz. What are you doing?
I have a Nintendo Switch, man. My kids play Mario.
Anyways, so obviously Busch or Chastain would probably be the two.
Yeah.
Who would be the most surprising you could see making the playoffs in NASCAR this year?
Most surprising to make the playoffs.
Yes. Briscoe would be kind of a surprise for me, to be honest. Would be mine.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say Todd Gilliland makes it.
He's not going to bet.
He's been on a ridiculous
The Todd father?
The Todd father. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he makes it. I don't know who he's kicking out, but he's...
All right. But before, we really got a couple minutes left here. So before we go, who wins the NASCAR championship and why is it Ryan Blaney? I know there's a few viewers laughing right now who know my love for Blaney.
I'll put Blaney in the top 4. I think
he makes the championship for this year. I
really
do.
Consistently fast on multiple styles of tracks, which they need to.
Hey, he coming up in a top 10 in Chicago was really big for him.
It's pretty hard not to put Larson and Hamlin in there, but
Hamlin just screws himself out of the playoffs every year.
I think one of them isn't going to make the championship 4.
Hamlin I don't know.
Grew up somewhere.
I think if I looked at the championship 4 this year, I think it's going to be Blaney, Larson, Elliott, Blaney. Hear mine. Larson, Elliott, Blaney, and William Byron.
I'm going to go Blaney, Reddick, Hamlin, and
Chase, the point leader right now. Byron. Only one win, though, but yeah.
I'll put Byron as the 4th.
Okay. I like Reddick, too. I wouldn't mind that. I just don't want to see Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin's just not fun. You know what I mean? He's just not fun.
Very well.
He's just not fun.
He plays the heel very well.
Not fun. He does play the heel well. By the way, have you checked out the new podcast, Born to Heel, our wrestling podcast, the Monday Night Rants, me and Heavy T? Just say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Love it. Me and you have been talking. about doing a new podcast off of Monday
have.
Night Rants on the Premier League and doing English Premier League football weekly when there are games and going over kind of what's going on. Maybe a little bit of DFS stuff too, because I mean, no one else is really covering that right now, and I'll be kind of game and betting, of course.
Yes, they're in the EPL fantasy league, which seems pretty fun.
Yeah, let's do a fantasy league. Do we know enough people that could do it? Like a group? Well, let's just make one and do it.
I have a friend who's a Chelsea fan. Like we could get.
Yeah, I got plenty of friends here too. Yeah,
let's do it. Like I have a friend who's a Chelsea fan.
Let's do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. MondayNightRants.com, FastAlarm.com.
Do I get 2 teams because I have 2 rooting interests?
No. You're the only person that has 2. You're the weirdest person when it comes to rooting for teams I've ever met.
I'm not.
You're a Washington Nationals fan and a Diamondbacks fan. That's weird.
No, my wife is a Diamondbacks fan.
Okay.
So I pay attention so that.
Got you. You gotta let her know what's going on.
Well, she watches all the games. I got her tickets to the game this weekend coming up. So.
Not a boy doing your husbandly deed. I love it.
Yeah, we're going for a weekend in Chicago. We're going to all 3 games.
Nice.
D-backs Cubs at Wrigley right out of the break, which I thought was going to be great because we'd see like the best players, but like Bellinger broke his finger, and then you got Merrill Kelly and Jordan Montgomery and Eduardo Rodriguez are all injured for the Diamondbacks. So we'll see.
You'll have fun. Chicago's a great place. Fun. Go flick the bean.
Yes, I was going to go check out the bean. We got all sorts of fun stuff.
Did I just say go flick the bean? That's funny. You're like, I'm just going to blow that right out of my shoulders. It's late here on Monday Night Rants. We're at the dog days of the show here. It's later there too. But yes, we're announcing that we're looking at doing a Premier League podcast. About half an hour once a week, going over it, some DFS betting and just overall news and stuff that's going on, how we feel about the Premier League. It'll be video and audio on the Spotify, and we will show some funny clips of soccer people doing stupid stuff. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, there's plenty of
we'll do like a whole nutmeg, just a mirage of nutmegs.
Gotta love the bleep housery that happens.
Exactly. Oh,
like how Atlanta United won that game. Did you see that in MLS? How Atlanta United won a game a few weeks ago?
I did not. I have not been as much as I am a soccer fan MLS this year.
So Atlanta gets a goal kick, or no, whoever they were playing gets a goal kick, right? Goalie goes to put the ball down. There's an Atlanta defender who goes, and by the way,
I did see
drinks from the goalie's water.
I did see that.
And then kind of stalks him, and then comes around when the ball gets put down, and then puts it in the goal to win the game.
Yeah, I did.
Amazing.
All right, so this is epic.
Yes.
Alec Boehm and Teoscar Hernandez are tied 14 apiece.
Outstanding.
Alec Boehm has one more out, and he has to hit a home run to go on, or else there's a home run off between the two to see who faces against Bobby Witt in the finals.
But a home run off would then make them tied. Like if Teoscar wins it, he'd be tied with Bobby Witt going into the finals.
Correct. Right? It's getting epic here. But yes, we are doing a Premier League show. We're going to be doing a Premier League show. We just got to name it. We got to get the graphics. That'll be a month from now. We're there, man. We are.
First games are August 17th.
Yep, it is a swing off. They each get 3 swings. That's it. So we'll see how. But yeah, August 17th. So a month away. Obviously, the first show will come out the week before, and we'll have some fun with it, man. Do you know any friends or guests, like maybe your Chelsea friend? Let's bring on some hooligans and have like a good time with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
maybe we should use.
He loves to talk soccer, so keeping it to a half hour would be.
Yeah, we should call it like one of the groups or one of the names of like one of these hooligan squads or something, like something fun, like that's like the pump up before the game, you know, like.
Well, the movie Green Street Hooligans is based off
Elijah Wood. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, it's not called Green Street Hooligans in the UK. By the way,
what's it called in the UK?
It's just called Green Street because you can't say hooligans because it's.
Okay, well, let's not call our show the Hooligans because then we won't be able to be played. We won't be able to be played in the UK. No. I like how we just sit here talking about the show that we're going to do to bust up ideas as we're seeing this thing.
We are brainstorming out loud.
We are, but we are going to do it. It's going to be on MondayNightRants.com, and we'll talk to Fans Alarm and see if we can get it within there. If we talk DFS and betting, I don't see why we couldn't do a double there. I mean, we should. Why not? What's going to hurt? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nothing hurts anybody.
No.
Oh, man. The
Well,
All-Star
a lot of
break.
people like to fake that they're outraged, but yes.
Yeah. All right, man. Tell everybody out there in the world.
So who? I know you probably think Liverpool is winning the league, but
Yeah,
who's your
every
top?
year.
Who's your top 4?
Liverpool, Man City. I don't think Aston Villa is going to be as good this next year. They had some incredible wins early in the
They
season.
did. They're losing some key guys.
Yeah, I do believe Arsenal will be in the top 4 as well again, and I'm going to go ahead and say Tottenham.
I think that's probably my top 4 too.
Pretty close.
Tottenham in there.
I'm not Man U. I'm not Man U. I'm not Man U. I just don't think
Man U
they
just
blow
lost
it
their first exhibition game to like nobody.
to us. Yeah, that was terrible. Although it was all like the under 20 squad. It wasn't like any of the.
I know, but it already had Ten Hag out there saying we got to play better. It's like, dude, you just signed a contract extension
That guy's a terrible coach.
after begging for your job.
Seeing Man U just struggle is like a victory in itself to me. Sorry, Man U fans out there. More on our Premier League pod that we have.
So
that's the 4 I have.
I don't know if there's a surprising. I mean, maybe Chelsea surprises.
All 3 swings Teoscar had were home runs. So,
great. I'm gonna lose
it. So now you're tied.
Excellent.
And Bob has to hit 3 home runs and 3 swings, or else
that's not happening.
But you're going to the finals, so we'll see how it all plays out. We'll post the results on Twitter and all over the social medias when this is all over. Matt Selz, I think you're going to have a moral victory here, though. I think you're still going to win with Bobby Witt. He's looking pretty good. So he's hit the most home runs so far out of anybody by 1.
By the way,
over
quick question. Have you ever seen the same player play at 2 different levels of baseball in the same season?
What do you mean?
So earlier this year,
mm-hmm.
We went to go see the Iowa Cubs play the Omaha Storm Chasers.
Oh, like when you see AAA and
we saw the AAA affiliates of the Royals.
I have seen
playing the Cubs, and so we saw Pete Crow Armstrong and Alexander Canario were in the outfield for the Iowa Cubs, and now we're going to go see the Cubs at Wrigley and PCA, and I'm assuming Canario will be starting because Bellinger is out. But yeah, so we've seen what is
it? Cassier?
Casey. I think he probably gets called up sooner rather.
He's better than
Canario. Yeah.
Boo.
We saw him too. We saw that outfield was what we saw for the Cubs was Casey, PCA, and Canario.
It's over. It's Teoscar and Witt in the finals. There you go.
Outstanding.
I have actually seen that.
And if I get to see the Pirates this year at some point,
you could see Skeens and
I'd see Skeens twice because I got to see him 3 rows behind home plate for 5
I have seen, because for the longest time we had the AAA team for the Giants here.
Right.
I have seen Buster Posey play for the Fresno Grizzlies and then the Giants. And then ironically enough, I saw Carlos Correa play for the Fresno Grizzlies when they were Houston AAA and play when they were here on the West Coast playing against the Padres in San Diego.
Oh, wow.
So I was able to see Carlos Correa the same year as well.
I mean, I've technically seen Bryce Harper and Steven Strasburg do it on rehab assignments. For the
yeah. I've seen that.
They played at like the low A team that was like 20 minutes outside of DC.
I saw Adrian Peltre play a rehab assignment here. That's crazy.
And then I actually got hit. So
he had a home run first at bat and then was pulled. I was like, okay. Well,
I got hit by a foul ball in the Bryce Harper rehab assignment. I got hit by a foul ball, and I was okay. But to, I don't know, avoid me complaining, they gave me free tickets to use anytime, which I then cashed in to go see the Strasburg rehab assignment 2 months later for free.
That's fun. You know what sucks is we've had AAA teams. We had your national AAA team here too as well. Yeah, but now we have single A Colorado Rockies. So hey, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get.
I mean,
Condon should be here.
Yeah, you would. I would go see him because he's gonna.
So
that guy's spectacular.
I'll go check him out when he gets here. And this is the last year. But by the way, next year will be the AAA, most likely the AAA team for the A's next year. Because we have the biggest single A stadium in the history of single A in in Fresno. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We have a huge stadium, dude.
Yeah, I guess that solves the
Colorado
problem
Rockies.
of putting a AAA affiliate and a Major League affiliate in the same city, because that was going to be a problem for the A's.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll
But
be
their
the A's
AAA
AAA
team
next
is-
year.
Their AAA team is in Vegas right now.
Until next year, it'll be in Fresno.
Right. I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
they were going to play AAA and Major League in the same city, which doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
They've got a couple that are very close. Like Gwinnett is very close to Atlanta,
Yeah, well, they'll be the Stockton A's next year.
and Tacoma is very
Sacramento
close.
A's. Well, Sacramento A's, I guess, but the
They're not
stadium's
gonna
not.
be the they're just going to be the A's.
Just the A's? Just
They're
the
not going with a state or city affiliation.
You gotta
while
be kidding me.
Sacramento.
Can they be called the A's baseball team? That would be hilarious.
They've already announced this, that they're the field, it's so bad. The field is going to melt shoes. It's not going to be good.
Yeah, that field is hot. That's where the Sacramento River Cats play. The current
Yeah.
AAA team for the Giants.
It's hot now in grass. They're taking out the grass.
Dude, I just watched a
They're
game
AstroTurf.
here. It was 116 degrees outside.
Yeah, they're going to put AstroTurf on the field.
No, they're not. In Sacramento?
Yes. Because
Jesus.
the field now has to hold up to 150 home games.
Oh my
Just
God.
think about it. AAA, they play 140 games in AAA. 70 of them
Yeah.
are home, right? You
Yeah.
play 81 home games in Major League, so it's 151. Not to mention, by the way, the AAA schedule, they play a full week at home and then they're away for a week. So
Yeah, it's
now
very
the A's are going to have to screw up everybody else's schedule. But no, they're putting on AstroTurf so that the wear and tear on the field doesn't get too much for the grounds crew, except for the fact that AstroTurf in 110-degree heat, which it does July through September, is going to literally melt like if they have rubber-soled shoes, it's going to melt the rubber off the shoes.
I will not be going to a game. That's for sure.
You don't want to get all cozy with 10,000 people? So you can watch Aaron Judge gleefully hit home runs against the owner's team? That press conference was atrocious.
You know what it reminds me of is when the Chargers moved from San Diego to LA and played in a small ass soccer stadium.
They played at what? LA Galaxy Stadium?
and I bought Madden that year and I had to be home games in that. I don't want to talk about it. All right. Matt Selz.
Or when the Pelicans moved to Oklahoma City I mean, at least that was a basketball arena.
Yeah, you couldn't really tell with the cameras, but when the Chargers were playing at you could tell.
Nobody was there.
No, if they were playing the Chiefs, it was just red.
Also, you got way closer camera angles than you've ever seen in the
Oh,
NFL.
yeah, it was crazy.
They're not mounted on a third deck.
We're gonna be watching MLB games at a AAA stadium, and it's not even the biggest AAA. It's
for like 4 years.
Jesus.
It's 3 years with an option for a fourth if they can't figure out the Vegas stadium, which, by the way, Vegas doesn't want.
Yeah, well, more on that later, as we could go on a tangent of that for another half hour. And I got college football 25 to play. I got dinner to eat, and I got Raw tonight.
Who's the dynasty team you start with in college football 25?
See, I asked Heavy T the same question. He's like, I'm going with like UTEP. I'm like, UTEP? What the fuck? UTEP?
I start with my favorite. My favorite one to start with used to be Delaware.
Yeah.
And they were like D1 AA at the time.
By the way, shout out to Joe Flacco.
Yes, who started at Pitt and transferred to Delaware.
Yeah.
You kind of look like Michigan when you
see. I know my shit, my fellow ranters.
There you go. So yeah, I would start with.
I'm gonna be Fresno State, man, representing the home city. You know what I mean?
I did like starting with Fresno State. Like I like starting with the small teams, and then you build them up to like some ridiculous. Like I got New Mexico to win like 9 straight national titles one time.
University of Hawaii, dude. That is
that too. Yeah, that was fun back when like June Jones was the coach.
Yeah, dude. Rest in peace. Who was that quarterback who almost won the Heisman Trophy too?
Oh, yeah.
He passed away.
Stuff all over.
Bombing. That was a high octane offense there in Hawaii. It was great. I can't think of his name right now.
Games were always on at like friggin' midnight because it was only 8 o'clock at night in Hawaii.
But living in California, it's great, right? The Oregon game, Fresno State game ends. Hey, let's watch Hawaii play San Jose State. You know what I mean? In Hawaii.
Yeah. I mean, anybody that tells you, "Oh, I just start with my own," no, man, you got to build up to that. Like start with the small clubs and then get hired hired on to,
Yeah, no, you're
the
100%
New
right. Before we go, in college football 25, did you create your own player as you?
The last time I played college football, NCAA college football, which I think was the 2011 version, I did in fact create myself.
And what position did you play?
I played running back.
Nice. See, Heavy T said the same thing.
I don't.
But I think Heavy T would
doing
make a good tight
quarterback.
end. Heavy T would make a good tight end.
See, I'm like
Running back is more your style.
Yeah, I'm like 5'8" and I'm dense. So like so, plus I would make myself a running back and then get recruited by K-State because I went
So
to
you're Maurice
K-State.
Jones-Drew. Okay.
But then they also K-State did really well with small running backs, right? Like Darren Sproles came out of there, and Deuce Vaughn now for the Cowboys. K-State.
Is Deuce Vaughn the starting running back for the Cowboys now?
He has to beat out an 85-year-old Ezekiel Elliott.
More on that later. But yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, I also found a glitch the last time I played. I found this 5-star middle linebacker that I thought was 6 feet tall. He wasn't. He was 6 inches tall.
What?
There was a glitch. There was a glitch of a player where he was literally 6 inches tall. Like you would zoom in, like you couldn't see him on the field, but you could select him, and then you could still tag. Like he was a beast. He was a 5-star blue chip, like a top 5 linebacker.
He's untackleable.
But he's literally, you would zoom in on the replays and you'd have to zoom in, and like down by the shoe level, you would see the guy, and he'd just literally be like biting at ankles. It was an absolute glitch in the game. That he was
I am not sure. I am not sure how we're gaining viewers right now, but I'll take it. But
it was awesome, man. It was fantastic.
All right, my friend. Tell everyone where to find you. Obviously, fantasyalarm.com, fantasyalarm.com. But tell everyone what you do and why you're so awesome.
Yeah, you can also find me on X, or as the URL occasionally still says, Twitter, at the Salesman. Yeah, I do prospect stuff on fantasyalarm.com, NASCAR.
The best prospect stuff and the best NASCAR betting and DFS stuff. Don't be so modest, my friend.
I will have a draft recap coming out this week for the prospect.
Hell yeah. Hold on.
My favorite.
Hell yeah.
Favorite first round picks were questionable first round picks, guys who went later in the draft that nobody's paying attention to. By the way, I was all over Travis Sikora last year. He went in the 3rd round. The dude looks like he could be an absolute just ace for the Nats right now.
Just another banger after banger from Matt Selz right now. Just banger after banger. If you haven't listened earlier, you're just joining because I saw some of you just joined. Go back and listen because we talked about prospects. We talked about the draft. We talked about fantasy baseball and who you should be looking at, picking up, who's going to be coming up first. So check it all out. Also check it out at fantasyalarm.com, at the Salesman. A great follow on Twitter, by the way. Great, funny stuff. Funny.
Yeah, occasional less grilling stuff now than previously.
I know what we just kind of just say, you know what?
The schedules didn't work, man. It was tough.
We'll get back.
Not recently because it's been 185 degrees outside. So
yeah, here too. It's so hot.
Just toss the damn ribs on the deck and let them.
I know, right? Just throw them in the concrete outside and see what happens. Leave it out there for 8 hours. They'll be cooked. We'll do something though. I think we should at least do a grill versus grill for Daytona, the second Daytona, before the playoffs start, and then we should definitely do a finals one again. I think we should.
Sure, because it's going to be 32 degrees outside here.
In November. Yeah.
In November, be my birthday. I'll be out there grilling.
Me too. November 9th, baby. Let's go. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, man. Always a pleasure. Always fun. Every time you're on, I always know. I say we're going to end at 7:15, but it never happens. It never happens.
This is why setting a hard cap on our PL podcast is going to be tough.
It's rough. We'll see how it works out, though. We'll see how it works out. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Tyler Heavy T Soto for joining me tonight, as always, for the FanDuel Studios in Los Angeles. He is already home. He's already texted me, and he is already playing college football 25. Everybody, this week, happy college football 25 week, everybody. Enjoy your week. It's also All-Star week, so there's no sports to watch. So you just play college football 25 all week. It's brilliant.
Brickyard 400 on Sunday.
Watch the Brickyard 400 on Sunday.
And the
also,
Open Championship.
And the Open Championship. I'll give you that. And also go to fanstarm.com and check out everything that the Salesman does. And his prospect list and his MLB Draft recap that will come out this week, I
NASCAR
assume.
betting.
And also winning NASCAR. Dude, okay. I said don't be modest, and now this dude is just floating his head up in the air.
You can't
Floating your head up in the air, Matt Selz.
There's two trophies back there for something.
Okay. Do you want to see mine?
Supposed to have 3 though.
Those are all my trophies. You see those bad boys? Well, those are my trophies. I got trophies too. I got receipts too, Matt Selz.
Does yours have your name on them?
Yeah, those all have my name on it. You know what? This one actually right here. Let me show you this one. This one's fun. You'll enjoy this one. This is a trophy. That is the Rouse of Pain,
Nice.
2017 champion, Fantasy Alarm Staff League
Nice.
for fantasy football. So,
Yeah,
boom!
I'm expecting Grande and I are right now dominating the FSGA senior division for fantasy baseball. So
Senior division, dude. You're not that old. Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm certainly older than Grande. We'll put it that way.
That is for sure. Babyface Grande, always a pleasure as well. Check him out at fantasyalarm.com as well as Howard Bender and Jonathan and Pemba. John and Pemba doing good things over there.
Except
From
he's a
myself,
sports fan.
except for that. From myself, from every team, from my boy over here, Matt Selz. We were late tonight, but we had a lot of fun going along the way. Enjoy if you're listening to this on the replay. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next week. Monday, the Olympics are coming. We got something really special for the Olympics next week. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss it. I'm going to have a panel of guests. It's going to be debauchery at its best. It's going to be a lot of fun. From myself, from the Better Sports Network, from Fantasy Alarm, Tyler Heavy T. Soto, Thomas Stevens, who wasn't here with us tonight, and of course, Matt Selz. We'll see you next week, my fellow ranters. And as always, a big shout out.